Modell. Hol den Basie aus Metall, fang an den Benzer wegzudrehen. Ghetto macht zu Kannibal, vor dem Block der Regen fällt. Gene bleiben Animal, Generation Telefonzeit. Oh, Bratte, was geht? Was machen?
Was geht ab, Bratte? Nix, Bruder, ich bin hier mit so einer Kachel.
Bruder, scheiß mal auf die Krach. Ist die Erde flach oder rund?
Was?
Wie mein Herz bleibt im Ghetto, hänge weiter, klau mein Brot. Jede Zeile bringt mir Geld, Mama will einen eigenen Blog. Ich weiß noch nicht mein erstes Tattoo, fühl's funny auf der Couch, ja so. Bitte Mama, weck mich auf, ich hab Déjà-vus im Kopf. Sie mein Herz bleibt im Ghetto.
Yo, welcome to the stream. How are you? Salam Osava. Oh, we are 7 viewers and 3 of us have Vegeta as avatar. Yeah, you're right. 3 times Vegeta. Floyd is Vegeta, Vegeta is Vegeta, Poru is Vegeta. But different forms. One guy is standard Vegeta, the other one is blue Vegeta, the other one is, I think, God Vegeta. Yeah, red. What's good? What's new, man? What's new? Any news? Bro, listen, you have no idea what's going on with the Epstein stuff. I'm telling you, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. This year, before this year ends, America is fried. Tell us, bro, basically, Trump is in the Epstein files. The Epstein files are getting released because there's too much pressure. There's multiple people in those files. Even the lawyer of Israel, his name is Alan Dershowitz. There's a new letter that got released about Epstein and Trump, where Trump wrote a letter to Epstein's birthday. He draw like a naked woman, and in the pubic hair, it was like saying Trump. And at the end of the letter, like he said something like, "Isn't it funny that enigmas never age?" And then Epstein said, "When I saw you last time, I noticed that too." And then he said, "You and me, we have a lot in common." And then he said, "A friendship is like a wonderful thing." And at the end of the letter, it said, "May every day be a wonderful secret." Bro, it's so fucked. It's so fucked. Ghislaine Maxwell is gonna testify also against a lot of people. It's all over the news. It's all over the news. Do you wanna see it, or shall we just do the horror stream? It's really fucked, guys. It's really fucked. But first things first, everyone asked what you renovated. Oh, basically streichen. So I did a paint job, a fresh paint job. I got some new sofas. Like nothing too special, honestly, but it was more like making everything fresh again, you know, everything new. Refreshment. Yeah, I 2 of my sofas are now also downstairs. I didn't pick them up yet because they are too heavy. I get them like with a friend in the next couple of days, and then yeah, heavy vibes. I got promoted also at my work, which is cool. Get a bit more money. Yeah, things are going good. But I had a weird dream, bro. I had a very fucked up dream. I was sleeping, 4 hours ago. I was like having a nap. Bro, I dream about my ex-girlfriend from 7 years ago, 8 years ago. It was very weird. And I tried to ignore her, but she didn't allow it. It was really, I couldn't flee. It was so weird. It was a weird vibe. It was a very weird dream. It was a very weird dream. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to I work as a car salesman. Do you want to watch the Epstein bullshit, or do you want me to play a horror game? We can finish the horror game of last time, and then we can do a new, like, I didn't announce that we are live. Shit. Wait, let me do the announcement. Totally forgot. No. Announcement worked automatically. Since when does that work? Wow. This is the first time this worked, actually. Did you react to the 8-hour podcast yet with Mike Swallow? Or honestly, I hate that guy so much I can't watch him. I can't see his face. The moment I see his face, I need to throw up. He's such a snake. Cosplayer tier list. That one, I need help. Because I don't know how to... Like, I need pictures of the players that you want. And then you need to make, like... We need to put it into this tier list maker. I don't know how to do it otherwise. So many names. Because I was thinking about when we write the name, for example, only, then it will also not be so funny. Yeah, we need the cute post exist picture. Cute post exist picture for sure. We love Mike Swallow. Yeah, fuck Mike Swallow, bro. That guy always pretends to be a centrist, but he's not a centrist. Just blags it. And then he pretends to be Christian, but then he is like pro LGBTQ and shit. Allow it, man. Makes no sense. Leave me alone with that faggot. So, okay, to the Epstein letter, the new Epstein letter. So you probably want to see it. Obviously, Trump is saying that it's not real, this and that, but he's shitting it. We need another Warzone evening. Yeah, we should. Warzone was funny. So Trump is saying that if the Epstein letter will get released, he will sue everyone. Let's just watch it for yourself. It's a bit weird. Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, Ayato, what's up, man? What's up? Wait a sec. We're gonna have a very big conspiracy stream, I think, soon, because, yeah, the Epstein files are gonna get released. Something is gonna happen with Trump. I don't know what is gonna happen. No T8, no T8. No T8. Only vibing. Wait a second.
Wall Street Journal.
Cyberpunk. We can play Cyberpunk, but I planned actually to finish the horror game tonight, so...
Reporting on a birthday letter that Donald Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday.
I forgot the name, Vegeta.
Collected that and other letters.
It's a short one, 2 short ones.
Birthday album. That's according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Pages from the album are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who have reviewed the pages. Here's how the Journal describes the letter Donald Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein. Quote, the letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." In an interview with the Journal, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing that picture. He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an article. Back with us, Yvonne Hilliard and Angelo Corazon.
Okay, so this is obviously just breaking. I know you all have had an opportunity to take a gander. What stuck out to me from this story is that the Justice Department officials, obviously the Wall Street Journal reached out to them, and according to the Journal, they didn't respond to requests for comment or address questions about whether the Trump page and other...
Or not gonna lie, I think this is almost like bodily harm if a woman has like shaves her head. Legit.
Other pages of the birthday album were part of the agency's recent documents review. The FBI also declined to comment. Vaughn, do you have anything from the White House on this yet?
No, not yet. And it should be assumed that not only did this Department of Justice, but also the Biden Department of Justice had these contents here. I think that this is the important context, is that for so many reasons, it has been clear that there are still Epstein files that have been redacted for the sake of victims' names, for instance. There are other files, though, and that has not kept others from arguing that even the mentioning of names, potential clients, right, should be revealed. Information like this, that the Wall Street Journal clearly made the decision that it was worth reporting out at a time that the president has vehemently denied having close friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Clearly, the Wall Street Journal making the decision with their reporting that this was a valuable information at a time that the president has denied ever engaging in any improper relations. I think it's worth also going back, though, in this context to in October of 2002 in a New York Magazine profile. At the time,
I will keep it.
Then real estate mogul Donald Trump, he said, quote, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life." Clearly, these two men, including in video that NBC News shot more than 25 years ago, you see them dancing as they're appearing to point at women who are in the same room as them. We know that these two men had a relationship, and that clearly that there were conversations that were in nature of women. In this particular instance with the Wall Street Journal, I think it's important to note that the president has denied that he was the one that authored this particular letter or drew this caricature of a female body. At the same time, it lends the question of what other details does the Department of Justice have about the relationship of Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump. Even if it was not criminal in nature, is there more to this relationship than the public at this present point in time knows? And the president for himself has not explicitly answered the question of whether there is more that the Department of Justice has that he may be aware of that has not been revealed to the public.
So this is the funny thing. I don't know if you guys know it, but the new FBI director is called Kash Patel. And he admitted now that he got advised by the DOJ or something. Some girl called Cash Bondi. Something like that, Bondi. That everything related to Trump in the Epstein files should be... yeah, somehow deleted. And it's like 10K of files. 10K, bro. They wanna give us 10K of this shit. I can't believe it.
And whether he would go and take that initiative step to have his attorney general release additional information like this, that the Wall Street Journal says that they have.
They will not survive this. I swear, America will not survive
in a phone
this.
Conversation with the Wall Street Journal that he intended to sue them.
Do you know why America will not survive this? It is because the Jewish people or Israel needs to attack America if they release these files. Because then it's not like, oh yeah, Hillary Clinton is a pedophile and then they call it a day and put her into jail. It will come out who funded Epstein. Pam Bondi. Yeah, Pam Bondi. It will come out who funded Epstein and why Ehud Barak and why the Prime Minister of Israel was involved, this and that. and then all this fucking conspiracy theory will become real.
Published in the Wall Street Journal here on this Thursday
10K
night.
as in dollars or a gigabyte? 10K as in files. 1 file, 2 file, 3 file, 10K files.
Deciding to publish despite the threat from the president to sue them.
Angela, further to Vaughn.
Even Pam Bondi said that there is 10,000 videos of Epstein and high-profile individuals and pedophilia. So basically, children getting like raped. 10,000 videos. Eh? 10,000?
Point just down about the president's denial. The Justice Department, in fact, Justice Department officials, according to the Wall Street Journal, did not respond to their request for comments or address questions about whether the Trump pages or other pages of the birthday album were part of the agency's recent documents review. That's all the legal stuff that's going to get, vetted out over the next 24 plus hours. This story breaking, and to Vaughn's point, it's captured in images that we've seen of this president with partying with Epstein. How does this now play into the ongoing narrative that?
Wait, what was your source again? Where to see for proof? You have people in the American legislation like Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and other people that they said it. They said it themselves. They said they have the Epstein files and there's like 10K videos of children getting R-worded by high-profile individuals and Epstein himself. And yeah. There is no proof that they tell you. They tell you themselves. But where? Like platform? Just Google it. It's everywhere. Yo, what's up, Moss?
The show talking about tonight. This now drops on the heels of what has been a bruising day for the president.
What was that sound?
With his base.
I mean, part of this, at the center of all of this, these conspiracies, this story, the thing that keeps it churning is that you have a bunch of people that sort of gamify it. They like to find threads and then pull them as much as you can. So when you put anything into there, they pull that thread. So one, I mean, let's assume for a second, the reporting is accurate or not. Let's assume it's accurate. The sentence is kind of creepy. May every day be a wonderful secret? I mean, think of what we're talking about here. That people are going to be like, that's weird. I want to hear some answers. Even if it's a joke, you got to give us something. The second thing is his denial is part of the problem. So in his denial, he says, I don't do drawings like that. Well, actually, I can think of 3 off the top of my head that were auctioned. One of him doing a skyline of New York City that sold for 30 grand back in 2017. I can think of another where he did a skyscraper in black Sharpie and then made the sidewalk his name. There was another where he drew a money tree and then somewhere in the roots was Donald. These are things that are easily able to be found. I remember 3. There's got to be more. So it's going to be pretty easy to find Donald Trump's doodles that he was selling at one point or that were getting sold at auction. So this denial that I don't even do these kinds of drawings, there's going to be plenty of proof points to undermine that. And that's part of the issue here to your question, which is that it's just going to give these people something to pull, which is like fresh fuel. And then as it works its way up the chain, it's going to mean more demands for transparency. And then also then even the political supporters like Senator Thune, who was out there saying, well, I'm always in favor of more transparency. I trust the president to do the right thing. Now he's going to get asked about it again. And the answer that he's been landed on is no longer going to be sufficient. He's going to have to say something new in light of this. And that's the thing. You never know what's next. And I think that's part of why, they can't just fabricate something and just throw it out there because they don't know what's out there. And there's obviously a lot of material or potential material that they're trying to account for. But this is fresh fuel for the story. That's just how it is.
To Angela, to your point about the denial, it is not simply a denial about not having drawn this specific picture or written this specific card. The president saying, I never wrote a picture in my life.
Wild.
Here to break it all down, NBC News White House correspondent Vaughn Hilliard, New York Times White House correspondent Luke Broadwater, MSNBC political analyst and Boston Globe columnist Kimberly Atkins-Storr, and MSNBC legal analyst, former federal prosecutor Paul Butler. Vaughn, first to you. President Trump filed this lawsuit less than 24 hours after the story dropped. And even before he did it, he remarked on the recent victories he's had in settling lawsuits against media outlets. So how much did that inform the very quick response they had to this Journal story?
Of course, he, in the last year, sought settlements with ABC and with CBS based off of their reporting. And now here with this lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal and the Dow Jones, he is again trying to either win a case or reach a settlement on their reporting. Yet we know that 48 hours before the publishing of this story, he had made the threat that he would go forward with a lawsuit, and the Wall Street Journal opted to go public.
What the fuck? Why does he look so weird?
Threat that he would go forward with.
What the fuck is that? This doesn't even look real, bro.
The lawsuit, and the Wall Street Journal opted to go publish it despite that threat. The Dow Jones spokesperson here after this lawsuit issuing in a statement, quote, "We have full confidence in the rigor and..."
Bro, who is this? And who is this? That ain't the same person. He's like 80. He is 80, but he would be 80, like he would look the same, no? He looks so different.
That threat, the Dow Jones spokesperson.
I mean, from the moment, like 80 and 80, I'm not comparing 80 and when he was 50. I mean, like, the different moments where they film him, he looks different.
Person here after this lawsuit issuing in a statement, quote, "We have full confidence in the rigor and accuracy of our reporting and will vigorously defend against any lawsuit." And this morning, a judge in the Southern District of Florida has now been assigned to the case. Of course, judges do not act politically, but this was an Obama-appointed judge back from 2014. I'll let Paul get into the legal standard here, but we as journalists know that there is an actual malice standard here. And what the president is going to have to prove in the White House is that there is actual malice and that the Wall Street Journal knowingly and recklessly posted false information.
So, Paul, you can dig into the legal side of this for us. What about the standard that Vaughn is talking about there? And what do you see in the way that this case was filed?
Yeah, so in order for Trump to prevail, he would have to prove that the Wall Street Journal knowingly published an article tried to kill the article by talking to both the owner, Rupert Murdoch, and the editor-in-chief. And they went forward knowing that they were likely to be sued. So it sounds like they have a lot of confidence in their sources. In general, the standard
What consequences are gonna come from this? The Epstein files are getting released. Whatever that means.
Really high for a public figure like Trump to prevail in a case where he's accusing someone of defamation. It's true that he settled with CBS and ABC, but a lot of lawyers think that if a judge or jury had adjudicated those cases, that Trump would have lost. And now we think that based on the past. Trump sued the New York Times, the Washington Post, and CNN over their coverage of the Mueller investigation. All three of those cases got thrown out of court.
I think that's really important context that you bring there, Paul. But Kimberly, Trump suing the Wall Street Journal for at least $10 billion in damages. The sum, to me, told at least part of the story. What was your take on what we saw happen here?
Yeah, so I agree with everything that Paul said about this lawsuit really seeming weak. To me, as a former civil litigator, not only does he have to prove that the Wall Street Journal acted with actual malice or reckless disregard for the truth. He actually has to prove that it is false, that it was not something that he wrote, and also that his reputation was damaged. And of course, we've already seen videos of Trump hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. We already know in interviews he talked about him being a friend and enjoying young women. So the idea that this picture somehow in itself creates some new defamation point that harms his reputation, I think will be nearly impossible to prove. But this is Donald Trump trying to flex his legal muscle, put an absolutely, in my opinion, nonsensical sum on it. Usually you have to, the damages that you get is from the reputational damage. And as I noted, I can't see him proving that he suffered any at all in this case. So I think that this is largely frivolous, but the point isn't to win the case, right? The point is to try to pressure media organizations to bend to his will by the use of the court system, which he has consistently done. Unfortunately, we've known several cases where that has worked in the form of a settlement. But in this case, I do hope that the Wall Street Journal holds steady.
Yeah, that's why that number talked so loudly, at least to me, Kim, when I first saw this suit and the $10 billion figure attached to it. I think, Luke, the other side of the coin is, as much as we're talking about the fact that Trump likes to flex his legal muscle, the other output of filing a case like this means that it might stay in the news cycle for longer at a time when Trump keeps trying to tell people, let's stop talking about Epstein. Obviously, that hasn't worked yet, but does the White House have any concern that this could have the unintended effect of, yes, showing that Trump has legal fight, but then also that this is still very much in the news cycle?
Right. It's definitely a risk. This is the story that Donald Trump has not been able to outrun in his second term. Many times when there's a bad news cycle for the president, he's able to quickly move on to something else. You know, the Trump administration has this flood the zone strategy.
Okay. Trump just posted some very weird shit. Do you want to see it? I was looking at this to confirm if this is real, but he really posted this. Yo, this is like out of like some sort of movie or something. It's so weird. Just look at it. What the fuck?
This is not speculation. This is documented fact. For years, they told us Trump was the threat to democracy, but the real threat was the attempt to remove him. On December 9, 2016, inside the Obama White House, a classified meeting took place. Present were CIA Director John Brennan, DNI James Clapper, FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and several senior officials. Barack Obama was there, and what they discussed would become the most coordinated political deception in U.S. history. Just days earlier, an internal intelligence community report concluded Russia had not altered the outcome of the 26th election. On December 7, DNI Clapper reaffirmed it. Quote, foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks on critical infrastructure to alter the U.S. presidential election outcome. End quote. But that wasn't the story the Obama administration wanted. So after that White House meeting, Clapper's executive assistant sent out an email. The order: prepare a new intelligence assessment, one that aligned with the president's request.
We make question rounds,
That's
okay,
right.
so you understand what's going on.
Intelligence was politicized at the highest levels under the direction of a sitting president to frame the incoming one. They buried prior reports. They inflated the Steele dossier. They reversed conclusions, and they launched the January 6, 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment, used to trigger investigations, media hysteria, FISA warrants, and ultimately, impeachment.
I think what Trump is trying to do is he's trying to subvert the attention of the Epstein situation, because all of a sudden, in case you didn't know, 3 days ago, Trump all of a sudden said that the Epstein files are not real and that we should just forget about it. And then the next day, stuff about him came out. And now he's talking about the 2016 stuff again. And basically everyone wants to see the Epstein files now, even the people in the government there. So they say we have nothing to hide, but others have something to hide. So then someone else said, why does no one, like, why didn't the Epstein files get released earlier? By who? By who? Okay. Rupert Murdoch. Do you know Rupert Murdoch? He is also getting a suit. I'm gonna show you real quick. Wait a second. Let me pull up all this fucking dog shit. So this is Rupert Murdoch. He's the executive chairman of News Corp and Fox Corporation. And they have, through these outlets, released the letter that Trump sent to Epstein, where they talk about that enigmas never die and that may every day be a wonderful secret and some weird, like, stuff. Like, very weird stuff. And now this guy is getting sued so that they don't release the letter. Any other questions? Someone else asked something. Why did it take so long? Oh, okay. It takes so long because Epstein is just the tip of the iceberg, and Israel and the Jewish people are controlling Hollywood and America and the politicians through child sex trafficking. So basically they invite those people if they want to reach the highest level. Imagine if you become the president of the United States. All the presidents of the United States, they have one thing in common. They go to the Wailing Wall and put that thing on their heads, put their hand on there and pledge allegiance to Israel, right? That is not the only thing that they do. When they reach the top level, all of them somehow go to Epstein Island. And the stars, like under P. Diddy, Jay-Z and all these guys also go there. You know, Will Smith, Eminem, DJ Khaled, there's so many. Tom Hanks, Leonardo DiCaprio, it's just an endless list of pedophiles, you know? And why are people into kids anyway? Yeah, this is the thing. Not all of them are into kids. But imagine these people control all the news media outlets. They control all the music labels. So therefore, if you want to get to that high level success and become a star, then you need to pledge alliance to them. And you pledge alliance to them by doing fucked up shit. So you can become part of the Illuminati and all this fucking dog shit. It's real. But that concludes like killing children, sacrificing them, raping children, all this dirty stuff. And they take pictures of these people, and that is the stuff with Epstein. How did Musk know about the Epstein, about the list? Why didn't he release it? Well, Musk looked through the files and found Trump's name in there, and then they had beef on Twitter. And then Musk said that the reason why the Epstein files is not coming out is because Donald Trump is also in them. At least I don't fuck children. The tweets are there. He deleted them, but people took screenshots. So, any other question? Do you think this wasn't calculated? What do you mean exactly with this? And, like, what of this? It's a lot. Like, what part are they liking that badly? Not all of them like fucking children. Some of them do it to just become stars. You know, for example, Justin Bieber. I don't think he necessarily wanted to get fucked by P. Diddy and be filmed and stuff like this. But he wanted to have a Lambo and he wanted to become a star, so. How long ago did they plan the whole blackmail thing? Well, you got to go back almost... how many years now? Minimum 20 years. Minimum. Like a 20 years type of operation. Probably longer. Probably way longer, but as much as we know, for sure it's 20 years minimum. Minimum. Like, it was, but it was before 2000 already. It was before 2000 already. Any other questions, or shall we keep watching? It's really a lot.
Strategy where they're doing so much all the time, it's hard for the news media and the public to keep up with them. But the Jeffrey Epstein files have dogged the president for more than 2 weeks now. And so what they've done with these latest moves, both the filing against the Wall Street Journal and also with the filing in New York to release some of the grand jury testimony, is they're trying to shift the focus of responsibility onto other people besides Donald Trump, right? They can unify the MAGA base, or at least attempt to, against a mainstream media outlet. That's been a strategy Donald Trump has used all along throughout his career. The other is that he can shift the blame for releasing documents not on himself at his own Department of Justice, but on a judge in New York, and can say, well, look, this federal judge is the reason you can't have more information, not Pam Bondi or myself. So will the MAGA base, go along with this strategy and shift the blame onto others instead of the Trump administration? That remains to be seen, because right now Donald Trump is under a lot of political pressure from his very own supporters.
Yeah, and understandably so, right? Because while he was on the campaign trail, he and now...
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Mark this post for the future, the truth will come out.
Other key officials of his orbit.
Yeah, I saw it, but this was a while ago. Yeah, this was approximately 1.5 weeks ago, and then he deleted these tweets. I am showing this because now Trump is basically getting exposed for being in the Epstein files. So when he said, mark this post, the truth will come out, well, we gotta admit that he had a point. But it is a theater show, in my opinion. If you want to know my real opinion about this 4D chess, what is going on? Yes, they are all pedophiles. Yes, Israel is behind it. Yes, the Jewish people do that to control American politicians so they can push whatever war they want for their own people and drag American people to war to die for them, like in Iraq, 2001, 9/11, all this fucking dog shit. Yes, the Jews control the world. All of this is true, but I think they are planning to plunge America into chaos. And then they will all chip, and then civil war breaks out. Also, they will probably stage a Trump assassination. That's what I think. I really do think they want to just plunge, because, you know, in the conspiracy theorist circles, even the stars hint it all the time. They say Donald Trump is the last president of the United States. After that, it will not work out anymore. And the Jewish people have this prophecy of the last president or the last warlords of Edom and stuff like this. And that's like apparently around now. And they want to destroy America on purpose. Because they are eager to lead the world into something called Armageddon. But you don't have to believe it, obviously. But the thing is, the initial conspiracy with Epstein and all these pedophiles, people didn't believe also. Somehow the conspiracy theorists are always right. Yes, I think it's part of the big plan. I think that the stuff about Trump will not be so bad. I think that Trump then will say that the reason why he did this theater show was so that they are forced to release it, and then he gets assassinated, and then he will be the hero type of thing. And then they will blame the assassination on specific people they want to go to war with for Israel, which is basically Iran, and then we have to see if it works out or not.
Who were once, of course, out of office and talking about this as lay people, were promising more transparency around the Epstein files. Now they are the very ones with control of the levers of power of government, and now that transparency is not coming. You know, Luke brought up something, Vaughn, about the DOJ requesting some grand jury transcripts to be released. It seems like at least one strategy that the administration might be using to try to let some steam out of the pot here. The thing is, hearings on that request may be secret, meaning the public wouldn't even see what the DOJ specifically requested, at least not at first. So are there other moves that the Department of Justice may take to try to satisfy these calls for transparency? We know that a special counsel is off the table, but as Trump gets more frustrated, as we reported over the weekend that he is, what else could come here?
Right. Well, they could do a lot. They could seek to unseal all of the evidence against Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Of course, it'd be up to a judge on whether to actually present that to the public or not. In this judge in the Southern District of Florida
Syria
may very well hold a hearing to determine whether these grand jury transcripts,
Israel wants to take more land.
Justice is seeking to release, will be released to the public, and to what extent are they redacted to protect victims or others who were never actually charged criminally. And I think that hits at the heart of what Luke was discussing here, and that is to what extent does this White House or allies of it try to put the onus on this Obama-appointed judge for not releasing the actual files. Now, I think this hits at the heart of actually new reporting over the weekend that I did with our Stephanie Rule. Steve Bannon, I think it's important to note, has been one of those allies who has been on the front lines calling for the unsealing of all the evidence in the Epstein files at the same time.
Listen to this. This is Johnny Depp, yeah? They all know about this dog shit, by the way.
If Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, in a kind of historical way, it's exciting because we will see the actual last president of the United States. It just won't work after that.
So you won't be thrilled if that happens?
I don't believe in that stuff, you know.
Did you understand what he said? It's a historical presidency if Donald Trump becomes the next president of the United States, because after that, it will not work out anymore. He will be the last president. Yeah, I am telling you, this stuff that we are trying to explain to you so badly for so long is not just
Wall Street.
Some dumb, oh my god, conspiracy theorist, tinfoil head, he is so stupid type of thing. We just know stuff that you don't.
Here to break.
It's really wild. Anyways.
Base, you know, go along with this strategy and shift the blame onto others instead of the Trump administration, that remains to be seen, because right now Donald Trump is under a lot of political pressure.
We don't have long then, 3 years.
Yeah, and understandably.
Bro, the conspiracy goes so deep that there is even a date on where shit hits the fan.
So, right, because while he was on the campaign trail, he and now other key officials of his orbit, who were once, of course, out of office and talking about this as lay people, were promising more transparency around the Epstein files. Now they are the very ones with control of the levers of power of government, and now that transparency is not coming. You know, Luke brought up something, Vaughn, about the...
What is the date? I have to look into the Jewish literature because I forgot the dates, but it's like, imagine it like this, 9/11 is also a prophecy in Judaism. It's in the Zohar Talmud. This one is like basically the year 5000 something, which is 2027, is like the end of Edom. Like in 2027, Edom is no more, kinda. Everything collapses. That's like 2027. And the conspiracy with Donald Trump specifically getting fucked up because obviously America will not instantly vanish just because Trump is like in the bin. The Trump stuff was, I think, 10, month 10, yeah. Month 10, day 9. 9, 10. I can show you by, yeah, a music video, honestly. NLE Chopper made, for example, a song about it. What is Edom? Edom is America. Let's watch this real quick so you understand. I already showed this, but it's important. Since, like, we found all these things out through music videos and the hints that they place for us, because they do it on purpose. And people didn't believe us, and they said that we are stupid. But in reality, we were just so exceptionally smart that we could see what the others couldn't.
Everybody loves Bryson. Everybody loves Bryson. I swing like I'm Tyson, but I ain't doing no fighting. And I've been feeling righteous, I'm going through enlightenment. Clutches of a sidekick, in between her like hyphen. They saying I don't know shit, but wait till it hit the fan. Grounding up in the sand, the work put in, I seen dividends. I'm a bigger man, better man, I got a better plan. If you don't understand with somebody with some understanding, pineal gland in my crown, and I got the upper hand. Put the blues in rubber bands, I attract abundance. Affirmations daily, that's why blessings keep on coming in. 369, when I wake, I write it 3 times, 6 times in the day.
So 369, when I wake up, I write it 3 times. This is also a hidden message. I don't listen to this faggot. I just know about when they drop these hints. So 3, 6, 9. Okay, like this. 6, 6, 6, 9, 9, 9. That is the symbol for Israel. I know it is like a little bit hard to understand, but this is the truth. Like 6, 9, I write it 3 times. Makes 6, 9, 6, 9, 6, 9. So 9, 9, 9 and 6, 6, 6. From above, so below. That's also a song, yeah. But it doesn't end here with the 3 6s. Now keep listening.
Don't even smoke weed no more, I put that on the heaven's gates. Speaking on the heaven's gates.
So he performs the 6 6 with his hands, obviously.
know I'm going to heaven, mate. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm eating on the vegan plate. Don't take me to Chick-fil-A, I'm eating at the Grand Cafe. They ain't open on Sunday anyway. Fuck your dinner date. You are what you eat, I'm counting green, eating celery. I don't care what nobody else think or say. Self-love, the best love. Self-hate got you out of shape. Distractions all in your face. They tell me when they gonna wait. Donald Trump, the last president, ain't no more candidate.
Donald Trump, the last president, and no more candidates.
To farmland, but grew up watching game.
While he said 666 999, yeah, and now look at the date of this, yeah. It is basically you got to look at the number.
All that negative you put in, you get it back. That's dangerous. Felt like all my karma came back, but now. You get the good. Out. I don't even tow my gun no more. Cause I'm knowing that I'm good now. Universe keep working for me. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. They say
9/10/1960. The hurricane that impacted the United States was called Donna. Just a coincidence, obviously. So yeah.
DOJ requesting some.
Get ready, boys, get ready. Because all of these people that used to say, yeah, 145. All of these people that used to say, oh yeah, this is all a conspiracy theory, you will wake up soon, very soon.
Grand jury transcripts to be released. It seems like at least one strategy that the administration might be using to try to let some steam out of the pot here. The thing is, hearings on that request may be secret, meaning the public wouldn't even see what the DOJ specifically requested, at least not at first. So are there other moves that the Department of Justice may take to try to satisfy these calls for transparency? We know that a special counsel
Yo, Phil,
is off
it's
the
about
table, but as
Epstein.
Trump gets more frustrated, as we reported
New
over
stuff
the
is
weekend
coming
that
out.
he is, what else could come here?
Right. Well, they could do a lot. They could seek to unseal all of the evidence against Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Of course, it'd be up to a judge on whether to actually present that to the public or not. In this, a judge in the Southern District of Florida may very well hold a hearing to determine whether these grand jury transcripts, if in fact that is what the Department of Justice is seeking to release, will be released to the public, and to what extent are they redacted to protect victims or others who were never actually charged criminally. And I think that hits at the heart of what Luke was discussing here, and that is to what extent does this White House or allies of it try to put the onus on this Obama-appointed judge for not releasing the actual files. Now, I think this hits at the heart of
that's my plan. What am I supposed to do?
That I did with our Stephanie Rule. Steve Bannon, I think it's important to note, has been one of those allies who has been on the front lines calling for the unsealing of all the evidence in the Epstein files. At the same time, he has 15 hours of footage that he personally shot with Jeffrey Epstein back in 2019 before his rearrest in New York. I tried to get a hold of Steve Bannon to ask about the release of the footage. He has suggested that he will be releasing a documentary sometime next year, but that is a far cry from releasing all.
Okay, another thing that got released that is also very new, they didn't report about this yet. They released like a conversation with Epstein where Epstein says that Trump fucked her on the first time on his plane. I swear.
Will be releasing a documentary sometime next year, but that is a far cry from releasing all 15 hours of footage that he is in possession of. I talked to Mark Epstein, the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, who has said that he hasn't seen those 15 hours of footage and he wants access to them to hear directly from his brother and what he and Steve Bannon were discussing, Allie.
Yeah, and Bannon is yet another one of those MAGA figures that pushed for transparency on this, and now that is coming into direct conflict with what the White House isn't doing. I think, Paul, I want to focus on Jeffrey Epstein specifically here, because amid the calls for transparency are a desire to see who else his clients were. But he was known to Florida law enforcement, for example. After a 2006 investigation, Epstein was indicted and ultimately pleaded guilty to 2 state felonies, including soliciting a minor, criticized then as a sweetheart deal. He was mentioned to New York police. We know he had an estate in Ohio. So could any of the public release of more information end up sparking any new local investigations on any of these fronts when it comes to Epstein specifically?
Absolutely. So what the Attorney General is saying is that she's going to court to ask a judge to release evidence that she has no control over. The standard for violating the secrecy of a grand jury proceeding is very high, and I doubt that the Attorney General's claim that...
I want you to fact check this, chat, yeah? I want you to fact check this. Do you know about this book? The cover is fake. Okay, this is just AI slop. The rest is real. The Last President by Ingersoll Lockwood is a dystopian political novel that was originally published in 1896. And it talks about the Trump family being of the last president and Donald Trump and Barron Trump, and that there is there will be in the Fifth Avenue or something the Trump Tower and stuff like that. Bro, it's so crazy, but go look it up if you don't believe it. One of them, there's two books. One of them is called The Last President by Ingersoll Lockwood. The second one, also by Ingersoll Lockwood, is called Barron Trump and His Underground and Adventures or something like that.
This case has involved a lot of public scrutiny. That's correct, but it doesn't, I think, meet that very high standard. When I was a prosecutor, I made hundreds of appearances before grand jurors. I always told witnesses that their testimony would be confidential. I doubt that a judge will want to, again, destroy that confidentiality based on Trump's political travails. But Ali, even more importantly, this grand jury testimony is just a small fraction of the Epstein file, which is 300 megabytes or gigabytes. That's millions of pages of documents. So right now, Attorney General Bondi could release the transcript of who visited Epstein's private island. She could release the wiretaps of Miss Maxwell's phone.
You gotta see an original copy to confirm, no? Yeah, but you can get it on Amazon. It really isn't that special.
She could release the hundreds of 302s. That's the FBI reports of witnesses who they interview. We know that a couple of those at least contain information about Donald Trump.
You can read it online as well.
Not accusing him of any crime in relationship with Epstein, but noting that he was friends with Epstein, and in a couple of cases, noting that he made people in Epstein's world, one woman especially, feel uncomfortable. Again, she's not accusing him of a crime, but that claim would have been memorialized in the FBI report. Bondi could release those today if she wanted to.
So Ben Smith, in his latest piece for Semaphore, which carries the headline, How to Resist the Epstein Temptation. And in it, Ben writes this.
They will not release nothing. Israel will never let them. Yeah, the point is that Israel doesn't want this. Therefore, someone needs to assassinate the person that is in charge of releasing it. You get me, anime, where this is headed. It's all a big setup for the big fucking last dance of Donald Trump. But Medusa, how is Trump the last president? Does that mean that the US will vanish or will become a monarchy? It means that the US will be basically plunged into some sort of civil war type of situation. Because the people will realize that their elected people on top, they are all pedophiles, and therefore it's not gonna work out anymore, right? And while this happens, obviously, other countries will take advantage of the situation and stuff. And yeah, it's not looking good.
There's obviously great fun in watching the world's dumbest media revolution. The social media Epstein detectives, led by podcasters turned Keystone cops, devour children. There are political incentives for Democrats to join MAGA in stoking wild theories. And there are good non-conspiratorial questions about how Epstein linked business, social climbing, and sex. Maybe investigative documents, perhaps including the files Trump ordered released, can answer some of those questions. But those of us trying to
if I was American now, because I have a few American friends that I talk with, I really urge them to get supplies. Like, allow this fucking psyop with the fucking toilet paper that they made you guys do like idiots. But just get, like, a reservoir of water, get some fucking canned beans and fucking... It will not kill you. Let's say all of this shit that I'm saying is not true, but at least you're preparing. Just prepare. Okay? Because I have been right about all of this shit for fucking 6 years now. Everything that I said happened the exact same way. The people know that watched me. There's a reason why I got banned on Twitch, not because I'm just some crazy racist person, okay? And that my Twitter got banned also. So just, prepare yourself a little bit.
To keep in mind the distinction between evidence and speculation, fantasy and reality. So Ben, I mean, it's a great piece. Talk to us more about it. We talked earlier.
Wait, you're not racist?
It is sort of consuming the White House right now.
No, actually not. I think every human being is the same in front of God. I'm Muslim. What am I supposed to be racist about? I just use slurs when someone pisses me off or says something bad to me, then I say whatever hurts him the most. I don't give a shit. If a black person is a dickhead and he thinks he can call me whatever he wants, I call him the N-word. I don't really give a shit. If an Indian chat shit, I call him Pajit or something. I don't care. But I don't have an initial hate towards anyone because of the color of his skin. That's different. I do think that every human is the same.
There's a lot of anger. They feel like they've put down some of the civil war, at least for the moment, but they do live in fear that more revelations could come and it'll be all stirred up again. But talk to us about how you think we should be approaching the story.
Well, first of all, I mean, it's good to see the president has actually already solved this for us by providing the most fun thing to talk about, football team names, as an alternative. Yeah. But I mean, I just think that there is this, and you have seen it on the right over the last several years, how fun it is to accuse your enemies of being pedophiles and involved in a very complex conspiracy. And honestly, that's an age-old tradition that you see everywhere. Epstein, obviously disgusting criminal, but this is one of the most investigated stories by prosecutors, by journalists in American history. And I think the notion that there is some revelation specifically about Donald Trump in those files that is going to change things kind of reminds me of the Mueller chase back in 2017. Right around the corner, there is some smoking gun that never emerges. I mean, I think what's so strange about it is that Donald Trump's personal life in the 1980s and 90s, possibly not the most upstanding behavior in American history. Again, super widely documented. He's talked extensively about his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. I just think there's an impulse to say, well, if MAGA indulges in insane conspiracies about Bill Clinton, it's like the turn of Democrats to spend a year on insane conspiracy theories, and I feel like that's, at least as journalists, something we ought to resist.
Well, and Ben, we've had on over the past week, just to underline all this, we reported on, of course, the fight inside MAGA, which to me at least seemed like the relevant part of this story, because we had Ken Delanian, David Rode, and Tom Winter up front saying, you can believe what you want to believe. But we have been reporting for 2-3 years. There's no magic file. There's no magic political bullet in there. You're not going to open this up. I mean, it's going to end up basically being the political equivalent of Al Capone's tomb. There's going to be no there. That's what Tom Winter was saying. And when we talked to Ken Delanian at the end of the week, just to underline that fact, he said, I'm at the Aspen Security.
Do you know how important it is to understand that these world leaders are kind of all there is no difference between Johnny Depp and Trump. They are both good actors. These guys, they happen to be in films and stuff all the time. Just look at this guy.
It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Donald Trump. It's the Donald! Oh my God! Mr. and Mrs. Trump, it's an honor to meet you. Ron said his client had a rich uncle, but Donald Trump.
I like keeping a low profile.
Hi, Hillary Banks.
Hey, Hillary.
You look much richer in person.
Hey, Mr. Trump. Hey, how you doing?
This guy here is a pedophile as well, by the way.
Will Smith, hey, listen, you are getting a great house here. And this is quite a deal you're getting for it, too. Look, I'll tell you what, throw in another
And
50
the
grand,
cut.
I cut the grass for you every Saturday.
Look, folks, before we go too far, I've got something to tell you.
Excuse me, but I've got something to tell you first. Thank you for ruining my life.
Ashley!
What did you do?
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
Come on, let's sit down, sign some papers. Mr. Banks, there's been a little mistake.
It was go to the
Mr. Trump's nephew grew up at 508 St. Cloud.
Medusa, isn't it the same case with Zelensky? Yeah, he also was an actor. All these guys were actors. Like, Zelensky played a Netflix show where he was the president of Ukraine and then he became the president of Ukraine. Like, I swear, the threshold of people that I like to be around or not around with, I measure like this. When I hear someone say, I vote left, I vote right, I hope this guy becomes president instead of this guy, instantly distance. I instantly put them into the NPC category, don't take them serious and don't trust them also. Because they are sleeping. There's no point to, like, asleep people at this time and age. Just stay away from them, honestly.
Cloud Road.
And all this time, I thought our address was 805 St. Cloud Road.
It is, Hillary.
It's very embarrassing. Apparently I inverted the numbers. I don't know what to say except I'm sorry.
That makes two of us.
On the street, I brought cash. It's quicker.
Nice meeting you all. It's just as well. It's too much of a fixer-upper.
Anyways, do you want to go down this rabbit hole more, or shall we start to play horror games? Or do you want to ask something? I don't mind. The horror games that we have for today. So, we have Tales Beyond the Tomb, White Silence. We are like almost finished with that, so we could finish it. And the next one is a bit heavier. It's called Dread Flats, but that one is really heavy. Do you know Gypsy Crusader? Yeah, I don't like him. I really don't like him. There's a reason. Because you have to understand, when you're talking about like these conspiracy things, unfortunately, because the truth is a bit anti-Semitic, it attracts people that are racist for the racism itself. You know, there is no like deep thought behind it, or they cannot argument their case. It's just they don't like people that are not them. So low IQ people automatically get attracted to these conspiracy vibes. And for me, this Gypsy Crusader motherfucker, he says like, oh yeah, the Jews control the world and they do divide and conquer and blah blah blah. But then he goes on fucking Omegle all day and just calls random black people nigger and stuff all the time. And I'm like, yeah, but if you know about this, why do you feed into the divide and conquer if you know it's true? Like, why do you do that then? Like, if you really, really are awake and you know that they do this race wars and they use specific words on purpose, like the N-word, F-word, anti-Semitic, racist, homophobic, transphobic, all these like things, and you feed into it, then you are still in the system. Like, what's the point? Yeah. I think he's a low IQ idiot, honestly. But I think he's funny sometimes. I can't lie. Sometimes I think it's funny. But it doesn't help the cause. That's the problem. Because people see this and they be like, see the people that saying Jewish people do this and that and Epstein and stuff, they just are racist. Low IQ racist. Same problem with Alex Jones, for example. Alex Jones, guy says like two good things and then 5 bullshit ones, making the 2 real ones sound also unbelievable. Yeah, It is what it is. Let's play games. By the way, I hope you will not be mad with me. I had a lot of stress and I bought a vape from the gas station. I'm gonna smoke this vape now, but I'm not gonna smoke it tomorrow anymore, okay? LOL. Yeah, bro, my followers care about my health a lot, so they will be like, Medusa, why are you vaping again? Why are you vaping again? With nicotine, but it's only one of these disposable ones. I'm gonna... Oh. In the mountains, boys, in the mountains with Medus, Uncle Medus. Would you go with me into the mountains and camp? But honestly, not in this weather, man. Fuck that. Disappointing. I swear I will stop after this. Promise, bro. You don't know what kind of dog shit I went through this week, bro. You have no idea. Concert viewers are good viewers. Yeah, a lot of my viewers like me a lot, I know this. But really liking, not like superficial liking. But not gay also. I hope. Oh shit, my cam, wait. Cam freezing. Smoke weed? No, I stopped smoking weed a long time ago. Yeah, I used to smoke weed like 4 years ago. Why you stopped? Weed like has very bad. What was that in the mountain? Weed has some very bad negative side effects. You can't sleep well. Your regeneration is worse. Your REM sleep phase is less, so therefore the regeneration is fucked. Is vaping more harmful than cigarettes? I have no idea. I just smoke this now and then don't smoke again. So it is what it is. Don't worry about it. Coffee is garbage. Why is coffee bad? I thought coffee is good. Okay, grab your camera. Why my camera? What does he want with the cam? Explore the surroundings. Yeah, but there is a lot to explore. Where shall I go? Let's go in that direction. Don't jump scare me now, yeah? I just came here. What's that? I no longer know what is a dream or reality. Nikita spent the night staring at the fire without blinking. He said he heard the snow whisper his name. We tried to laugh, but no one found it funny. I just want to go back. I swear that they are talking about the guy that I'm with. That guy is gonna fuck us up, man. This is some Epstein fucking script. I'd better not stray too far from the camp. Yeah, okay. What's that? Let me guess, someone's dead under this? Bro. Good night, man. I don't think they will remove it because I didn't say too many bad things today, did I? Oh, there's a letter. Nikolai lost it. He started laughing and smashing his head against the wall. Oh. Is that okay now? No, maybe a little closer. Nah, he did count it this time. Is that a tent? Or is that a rock? Soma, yeah, Soma is a very good game. We finished Soma some time ago. Hey, yo, fuck your mother, man. That, yeah, it worked. Of the frozen campfire. Oh, man. You ever try kholat? Kholat? What is kholat? Medusa, how to cope? I used to love tech and now I feel a little bit apathetic about it. If you really feel apathetic about it, there's no reason to cope. You wouldn't care. That means you just still care, but you are upset about the state of the game. What do you say about that? Another horror game, older though. I thought it was something to eat, if I'm honest. Medusa, what is your type in woman? Non-liberal, non-feminist, likes to nurture and cook and just, you know, that type. When I look into like a woman, a real woman that I would care about, I would like to try to understand if, out of the perspective of my son, for example, would that be a good mom? Or would she just tell him to call Uber Eats every day? That Uber Eats vibe, doesn't matter how big your ass or tits are, what am I supposed to do with this shit? I have a point, no? I don't like liberal woman. Where the fuck is Victor, this egg? That wasn't here before. Yeah, okay, when we go down there, we're gonna get fucked, no? Let's not go down there. Is this Skyrim? It's a horror game. Skyrim doesn't look like this. Does that mean you're looking to have kids soon? Like, soon? What is soon for you? In the next 5 years? Maybe. I'm 30 after all. I have a job. I have everything. I could if I wanted to. Oh, Victor. Is that Victor? The fuck? What's that? Oh shit. Hä? Yeah, why didn't this Hurensohn run? The best horror movie? Well, there's many good ones, honestly. Resident Evil, one of the best, I would say. The first ones. Paranormal Activity, the first one, maybe. Wreck was pretty good. The Grudge. Final Destination with the airplane. There's too many. I'm from 94. First to 10. Why doesn't he Hurensohn? Du Hurensohn! Do I need to mash the fucking shift or I was holding it? Okay, I'm smashing it now. I am 34 with 2 kids. How old is your oldest kid? This is my last try, man, I swear to God. We have another horror game, it's better than this actually. Short but good. Bro, that pissed me off, bro, I swear. Allow it, man. What the hell? Okay, quality height. Camera shake on, volume okay, mouse sensitivity, fisheye perspective. Brightness adjustments. Adjust to barely visible. Okay, are you ready? Warning, all content in this game is entirely fictional. This game contains intense horror sequences, including jump scares, disturbing imagery. Okay, Resident Evil vibes. Would you dare? What, like into a haunted house for 10k? Well, it depends, bro. It depends. Would you do it? Oi, 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 oi. Is that the graphics of the game? Yeah, this looks fried. I'm scared. What the hell? What is that? This looks insane. Image quality S+, I would say. Yeah, that Russian Christmas horror game fucked my life. Oh my God. Willst du mich verarschen? I'm gonna get a heart attack in this game. What? Wait a second, let me turn off on the mouse sensitivity. I can't turn around so quick, I'm scared. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Lost spare key for the security room, please return it. Kids have been sneaking in lately, parents. Right. So the Mahjong parlor owner searched this area. There must be a key here, huh? Why is his brain coming out? Oh yeah. The tool. Probably in the security room. Oh my God. I'm shitting it. Defense keyed in 204. Go there first. 204. Kein Tekken heute. Sleep here for 10k, yeah. No, I didn't. It depends, bro, how down bad you are. If you really need that son of a bitch 10k, maybe you would do it. Live here for a year for 1 million. If you could live here for 1 million, then I doubt it would be that fucking problematic. I would vibe out if it was for 1 year. There's a reason why you can only stay here for 2-3 days. Is that my room? That's my room. That is day 1. Ain't no shit inside. This is a hotel? No, bro. It's an abandoned, haunted fucking next shit. Where is it where the cable of whatever you want to use electronic devices, you put it into, what is it called, that one? Is that called a fuse? Like in Germany, you have like 2 pin. But when I was in Dubai, they had 3 pin. That put my head in the bin. Okay. Where's the mattress? I'm gonna go. Ah, he's cleaning up a little bit. Alright. A tool. Take it. Alright. Power outlet. My English is good, you know, but my vocabulary is sometimes lacking. For simple things. Which is annoying. That's an empty fucking room. What am I supposed to do here? Oh. Someone was saying the main man was making fun of the people or something that were boycotting Tekken 8. Man, that guy is really becoming insufferable, man. Okay. Huh? Didn't he say he wants to sleep? Or did I misunderstand him? I'm pretty sure he said I want to sleep. You sleep without... Oh, okay. Don't mind. He called boycotters fake. Man, the main man is really turning into an insufferable faggot, man. I guess the game is starting from now. That was just the introduction. The main man defending FDX is just a cope. He doesn't want to defend himself directly, so he defends FDX that had a similar position to him. So he defends himself by proxy, because he's not man enough to just admit that he's talking about himself. Doesn't take a genius. Can I open this? No. Maybe. No. I thought we had the tool. When Tekken is your main source of income, can you really say anything against Tekken? Yes, you can. If the people watch you for you, you can. Aris is a good example. So the security room is this one, right? The thing is, the main man is not only not saying anything negative about Tekken 8, like he says something now, I guess. The issue with this guy is that he has a narcissism problem. 107. And that he continuously attacks other people for not shilling. Because it makes him look bad. $107. Yo. Sound stop. Oh, guys, this game is very scary, man. Shit. Yo, Hasbullah. Yeah, what room? Who is she? Oh my days. Now we know who is gonna fuck us up, I suppose. Whatever that thing is the enemy. This game looks well made. It feels high quality. You really like playing horror? I really love playing horror games, but this one is a bit too heavy for me because I didn't play horror games for a long time. I should have maybe started a little bit more chill with Five Nights at Freddy's or some shit. I hardly want to go forward. You know that feeling? That's my room, right? Yeah. Oh, I hate these toilets so much. When I went to Iran for the first time and I wanted to take like a dump, I swear I took out all my clothes, like my jeans, everything, completely naked because I was like over fucking text with the task at hand, bro. I swear. Put everything on the fucking drawer and then try to somehow balance myself out without falling. Fucking dog shit, man. I swear, while I was in Iran, I think in 1 month, I took like a shit 7 times, bro. Like the minimum amount. I could. Didn't eat too much and shit. Tried to be efficient. Because every like time I needed to go to the toilet, it was like the worst task ahead. Like legit. The worst task. Most fucked up fucking toilet you can imagine is this one. Ass to the grass. Yeah, ass to the grass, bro. Ass to the grass. I can't comprehend how you can shit like that. I just saw a clue in the security room. What does it mean? What clue? The drawer? What's that? Oh, I think I can open every door now. At least the ones you can interact with. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, sheesh. Inspect the spot carefully. Okay. Boys, I swear I think like something is gonna happen now. He said inspect. Did you hear that? I swear I heard something. Och nö. Shit! I think I peed. I think I pissed. Scheiße. Yeah, that pause was instant. I see why you need the vape for this. But this is like harm. Physical harm. The old lady is under my bed. So there's an old lady that is gonna fuck us up, huh? Why is she in my house? Let me see how I can zoom. Okay, you can't zoom. But you can run. Maybe we should find out how to run. Oh. Last night, while watching TV with Dad, I looked back and saw an old lady staring at me in my room. I was terrified, but Mom and Dad found nothing. I know she was there. Sleep with Mom and Dad last night. I didn't want to sleep alone in my room tonight. Ah, this is why they give the child sleeping pills. It's because the child is afraid of that granny. This one. Yeah, I couldn't sleep in this house either. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna blag it to you. Oh. graveyard. Which one was that? Lady Gravano. Imagine seeing Lady Gravano and hearing his voice at night. I would get scared. Sounds like Barry White. Let's go back into the room, I say. Och nö. Das Scheiße. Ah, this one. Never mind. Hack the camera first. But this game is gonna fuck us, man. Nap a bit. Hey, du Hurensohn, ich fick deine Mutter, Mann. Okay, boys, listen. I know I am gonna kill the vibe a little bit now, but I need to call it a day because we have 12:30, and this game is too scary, bro. I need to also go and a little bit maintain myself. I need to go to work tomorrow. I look like shit. So, thank you for watching. I see you tomorrow. We're gonna continue playing this tomorrow, and at the weekend we do Tekken again. Good night!